Hi, today we'll be looking into the assessment types feature. This feature is available in the principal section. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications for future uploads. Also, share this video with someone you think this might be useful for. Our contact details are in the description box down below. And also, if you leave your contact number in the comment section, we will contact you. So in this video, we'll be looking into assessment types. So for that, we have to go into examinations setup section. And what is special about this section is that you have to set up these things in a line-wise manner. So first off, we have to do examination terms and then subject categories and then today's topic, assessment types, and so on. So we have already done videos on the other topics, and this video is about assessment types. If you have not checked the previous videos or have not set these up, you can check the tutorials for these functions. Let's click on assessment types. Now, as I just said, you have to set up these things in the examinations setup line by line. But some schools don't take assessments. Now, they might be doing practicals instead, for example. Now, those schools can skip this step. Now, first off, we have to click on this button right here, which says set up marks. And then we have to select a term. Let's go with term 1. And then we have to select a class for which the assessment is being set up. We can search the class in here by typing it out. Let's go with the first. And then we have to select a subject. Let's go with Hindi compulsory. Now we have to select the assessment calculation type, which can be either including or separately. Now let's first go with including. Now what is including? For example, the maximum marks a student can obtain are 100, out of which 80 are from the exams and 20 are from the assessments. Now also, let's say that the student needs at least 33 marks to pass. Now, in the including assessment calculation, what will happen is if the student gets 23 marks, for example, in the 80 marks exam and gets 10 marks out of 20 in the assessment, the total will come out to be 33. That will be 33 out of 100, and hence they will pass the exam. So basically, in the including calculation system, the marks of both the assessment and exam are combined, and if they are equal to or higher than the passing marks, the student will pass. Now we'll see the separately system a little bit later. Let's say that the maximum assessment marks are 20, and now comes the assessment type. If we go with the no subcategories option, it will be a 20 marks assessment, just simple 20 marks assessment. Now instead, if we choose to go with the has subcategories option, we can name these categories and then define maximum marks for them as well. So let's just say that one of these categories is notebook and another one would be behavior, and we can add more categories. Let's just say that this one is attendance. Now we can define the maximum marks for these, and we have to make sure that they, tally up to a total of 20. So let's just say that the notebook is worth 10 marks and the behavior and attendance are worth 5 each. And by the way, we can also delete a category by clicking on this delete button right here. And we can click on submit right here to make this term 1 assessment setup for first class in the Hindi subject. If I click on this and click on OK, we can see right here it's been made Hindi compulsory and assessment calculation is including, and if you go down and go to the right and then go up again. Again, we can see the maximum marks that the student can get is 20 for this assessment. And again, they are divided into sub marks or sub categories as we call them here. And they are notebook, behavior, and attendance. Okay, now that we have done that for first class in the Hindi subject, let's just go and term 1. Let's just go up and look at the separately option. So now let's go with term 2. For some other class, let's choose by scrolling this time. Let's go with 7th and let the subject be mathematics. And let's choose separately here. Now, as the name suggests, in separately, the student has to pass the assessment separately from the exam. So for example, again, the exam is worth 80 marks and the assessment is worth 20. Now, instead of totaling them both and getting the passing marks, the student has to pass in both separately. So in the assessment and in the exam. So basically, as the name suggests, including and separately are differentiated like that. So in this one, we will not only have to tell the maximum assessment marks, which will stick with 20 here, we will also have to set a passing assessment mark, in which case we will go with 7. So this means that a student must get 7 marks out of these 20 to pass in their assessment. Again, in this case, the student has to pass both the exam and the assessment individually. No marks are being combined or totaled together. Okay, again, then the assessment type option is basically the same. If we go with no subcategories, the assessments will be basically 20 marks total and the student will have to get 7 marks. But if we go with subcategories, again the student has to achieve the same thing, but we can define different categories here as we did. So let's just go with notebook and attendance. Again, we can add more categories, but let's just stick with 2 right now and let the maximum marks here be 10. And for attendance as well, 10. Now we have to set up the passing marks. Let's say that for notebook, they have to get 4 out of 10. And then for attendance, they'll have to get 3 out of 10. Again, the marks total is coming out to be the passing marks here. So these subcategories total must, be the same as these maximum marks right here. So these two should add up to this. And these 2 passing marks should add up to this. Then we will click on this submit button right here. Success stored successfully. Let's click on OK. And again, it's showing up in the list of assessment setups right here for class 7, term 2, mathematics. We are seeing 2 entries. And if we go to the right by going down, and go up again, we can see that this is divided into sub marks and the category name is showing up as notebook and attendance. This is worth 10 marks and this is worth 10 marks as well. Passing marks for this are 4 and passing marks for this or the attendance basically are 3. And again, it is showing as not applicable, not applicable, not applicable for the entry that we made previously. Let's go up here. So why is it showing not applicable? Because that one was including in nature. So we will have to get, passing marks by combining the marks of the exam and the assessment marks. Whereas in the newer case that we just did, we have to pass separately in the assessment and in the exams. So the assessment calculation was basically selected as separately, and that is how the calculations are done. Again, we can go down here and go to the left and go up again. You can print this data, this whole assessment setups data by clicking on this button and you can print this out. And let's go back. or you can download this in Excel, CSV or PDF format according to your need. Now, when you purchase our software, there is no per student charge. You get unlimited students, unlimited staff, and unlimited cloud storage. The subscription price does not increase for our existing users unless they change their plan. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.